So do you completely disregard those that are, they're hitting their marks, they're looking, they're fine, they keep going on, or do you actually try and invest and see what you can get out of them more?
I don't ever disregard for sure. Generally, in those circumstances, those instances where they're already crushing it, my focus is maintaining that commitment. You can only squeeze so much out of people before they're like, okay, this person's never going to be happy, so why bother? If you push them to a point where they get the idea that no amount is good enough, some will just ultimately give up. So I don't want that. And if they're consistently high performing, that's awesome. I need to make sure I know, why are they high performing? Why do they want to be high performing? And what specific things are they doing to make them high performing? If I can't answer those two things, I got a problem. So if I don't know those two things, my job is to figure those two things out. Once I do know those things, my job is then to make sure they're maintaining that level of engagement, make sure they're doing the things consistently that they don't want to, even on days that they don't want to. And then at a more sophisticated level, these high performers, and with people in general, finding out if your performance starts to slide, what do you mean to do to handle that? How do you think I should handle that? Because I want to learn what they think or what they know based on their life experience is the best way to coach them up. If I don't find that out from them, I could try 43 different things that don't work. Or I could just save a bunch of time and they could just tell me right now, and I got it. And if they want to do a good job, they're going to want to be coached up. If they're consistently high performers, they're going to want to maintain that. So they're going to look for me to help them. And if I say, if you start kind of sliding here, how do you mean to handle that? Shut up, let them talk, let them tell me how to coach them. And then when that inevitably, that time comes, inevitably, where they do start to fall, I do exactly what they told me to. And most of the time, they're pretty thankful that I did.
So you don't want to ask too much, but you want to ask, like, how do you set that bar of where they should be in order to be reaching that full potential in your mind as an owner?
Well, again, it goes back to us agreeing upon the objective. So let's say our goal is 92% close rate on sales, and they're consistently hitting 95%. Okay, well, is 99% reasonable? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe 95% is already like more we could ask, like, this is just a miracle this keeps happening. If that's the case, like pushing this person to get 97%, what am I really getting out of that? I would rather find out how they're motivated to make sure they continue doing it, how to coach them if that motivation wanes. But furthermore, what specifically are they doing so we can teach all the people who are getting 82% to get to 92% instead of the 95%? That's where my investment with them would be, and getting them to be able and willing to share their expertise. I would rather, instead of getting 4% more out of them, get 6% more or 4% out of the other 10 people in the team.
Sure, that's good.
Yeah, and if I can get them to start thinking in those terms, I might have a manager on my hands in 5 years when I need one.
Or replacement.
Or a replacement for me, so I can go take a 4-day weekend when I want to.
Nice.
Yeah.